could swear it's been 700 degrees in here since you came in. I could swear that this room has been running out of air, and now it's starting to spin. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could. Swear that I'm fainting, I think I'm losing my sight, I swear I'm hitting the floor. I could swear that my stomach just sunk a meter, I'll be dead if I take any more. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, oh. Give it my city, my city. My city, my city. Where do you go when your heart's with a fever? When she's cruel, but you won't leave her. Oh, here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city. She never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, oh. Give it my city, my city. My city, my city. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, my city, my city. Give it up for my city, wildin', wildin', looking pretty, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, my city, my city.
Alright, boys, what is up? Hello, chat. Hi, hello, hello, hello. I've been dying to speak to you guys. Oh my god, it is so tough to type everything out. Oh my god. So, what is up? We've got supporters. We've got neutral people. I've seen. If I'm not wrong, that was Afterlife. He's like, I'm just gonna nene over here. We've got people supporting BT already. That's Ninja, obviously. 244 pixels. Is it 244 pixels? I mean, I'm not streaming in 1080. Come on, man. No hacks allowed on this Christian server. Shaiko is just throwing out some taunts or tantrums, as I would like to call it. Anywho, welcome to the stream, boys. This is Dauntless Esports versus Battery Esports, and For some reason the stream just got effed. Is it yeah, it's a fault on their side. Yeah, we're good. Yes, so we'll be seeing two lovely teams go against each other. We're also seeing a nomad ban coming out from no, that was from battery esports. My bad on that. So yes, they don't want to play nomad, or they, in fact, they're going attacking. I'm not sure why they banned nomad, because I think they are not really confident on the attack style that they're going to present today. Nevertheless, let's see what they come out with. Dauntless Esports will ban Hibana and Mira. That is kind of a low-key counter to one another, I would say. But yes, Batter will take out Echo, and that's a really interesting pickouts, and that's really calculated. So let us look at the roster over here. We've got Pocket Ninja, if I'm not wrong. No, we don't actually. We've got MI7, we've got Nostalgia, we've got Dots, we've got Taha, obviously, and we've got Astrid, if I'm not wrong. But as Taha told me, their original squad is going to be Taha, Pocket Ninja, MI7, Nostalgia, Ajmain, and Dots. But nevertheless, we'll be going against that fantastic five. No, that's not the word I'm looking for, but yeah, we'll be going of that roster against BTE, where we've got Wingman, we've got DB, if that is how I'm supposed to pronounce it. We've got Al Qaeda, obviously, and Meme Mentor, which I'm thinking is Kraken, not really sure, and obviously Feeble Sign It. So lovely lineup coming up from both teams. I hope you guys are able to hear me loud and clear. I hope I'm not overshadowing the in-game voice. I hope everything is looking good on the stream, because it has been a while since I changed to these settings of mine from my regular streaming schedule. So yes, some kudos for in the chat for Shaiko, please, showing us these lovely cams going on these angles, making sure we don't miss those one taps, we don't miss those clutches. So yes, kudos to Shaiko in the chat, please, boys. Alright, we'll begin our first round into Bank. And Bank, personally, I don't like this map at all. Not because it's an unbalanced map, or it's defender favored, or it's attacker favored. I just don't like it because I don't know the callouts for this map. That is all, boys. That is all. So in case I'm a mistake for any room that I'm not supposed to mistake, let that pass. Hopefully I'll not get any callouts wrong. So yes, with that beginning, we'll see the first team of Bractor Esports going on attack, and Dauntless Esports going on defense, and they'll go locker room quite surprisingly, because I thought they should be going on top, you know, maybe throw them off, because this isn't a classic rank match or a classic scrim that we're looking at. This is a semis, if I'm not wrong, of a really important tournament. So once again, we'll go and thank suddenly we'll go and thank Jay-Z for letting me stream this one, because that is what I love doing, and yes, I'm always here for the Siege community of India. So with that down, we'll see a standard push coming in. So we are hitting the 1 minute 54 mark, while Twitch is not letting Thermite do his job. She's like, hold up, man, let me get that Maestro cam. Let me get that Maestro cam. That's going to matter, and that will hopefully, but not anymore, since the cam is out of place with the Maestro now. So we see two people holding garage, still hoping for a late push, maybe expecting attack to try and push them off, try and hold them off. But without the Mira, we'll be seeing standard peoples coming in, the ones that are made on the head level, while Hulk is just trying to sneak in over here. Will he able to make his way into it? But he's not the one. And would you look at that? That's just a greedy pick of oh, would you look at that? That's a really nice angle onto the Twitch over there from Garage, and Memento is going to take out Dots, and that's their Kate down. That's not much of utility down, because that wasn't really a plant denial operator coming out from them. Twitch doesn't get taken off, I'm sorry. The Thatcher and the Thermite will get taken off, while a lovely one tap from MI7, and Twitch gets a worthy opponent as a Jaeger in the prone fight and gets her life taken off. It's a 2 versus 3, not looking good for Battery Esports. Or maybe it is because he's got a hatch control, and Maverick can try and shake off those defenders who are being over aggressive with the Jackal. So turning out to Jackal, he's still got one smoke left to his advantage. He can still go for the plant, but there is a Pulse in play. The both Maestro cams have been taken off, so we won't see a denial coming out from that. Maestro and hence he'll be on his LMG, and as I speak about it, Wingman's going down for the plant. Pulse is coming up for the C4 and he'll toss it up, but that won't make any damage, in fact leaving both of the attackers alive while they're going and making sure they have good placements on themselves. While Taha takes out Wingman, and that's the Maverick down, the last one alive. Won't be for long, and Dauntless Esports take the first round in their account. That's a lovely sweep coming up from Dauntless Esports. I did not see Bad Trip taking any side control, quite frankly. They had zero map control. They just came in from the secret tunnel. They just tried and opened the servers, went for a default plant. And I don't know why, but Dauntless Esports kind of played passive-aggressive over there. Maybe that was the play they were looking at. Maybe that is what they wanted to make happen, and they did. So yes, I would surely not judge them. But yes, Bad Trip Esports, I think they'll have to offer a little more side control. And would you look at that? That's a gridlock from Feeble Cyanide. And if I'm not wrong, she's, yes, as I speak about it, gets turned to Jackal. And that's a 6-pick, a very necessary 6-pick. Or we will be seeing voluntary TKs coming out in this tournament. So DE is not going to go for any 6-picks. They're fine with the roster that they're running. They're fine with the operator roster that they're running, and they will proceed onto a standard bomb site yet again, onto Archives and Tellers. In fact, I'm really excited to see what DE is going to present themselves with in this round, because the Maestro last round got really over aggressive with his camps, and that is something you do not do, especially after the nerf. So we're seeing a top hold instead of an open area hold, and I think that is what DE is needing. That is what DE is reading into, maybe, because they think maybe the take on this one is that Bad Trip Esports is going to go for a vertical play instead of rather open area control and push into that wall over there, the objective. I'm not sure what that is called. My bad, guys. So moving on. We're actually going to see the reinforcements coming out late from them. Not sure if they've got enough left for making sure they get all the walls down. Seeing standard pre-fires coming in from the attackers, making sure they don't get picked off. And yes, I was wrong. Thank you, DE, for proving me wrong, because that is a very important reinforcement you would need in order to hold your site, to hold your ground. We'll see the Legion play up top, and that's Dots on the Legion. He's going to do his work, he's going to farm his mines, he's going to make sure all the intel is converted. And as I speak about it, the Bandit gets picked off early. That's Astrid down from the hands of the Thermite. Still looking at really good advantage, because the only utility that you've lost so far is probably the Bandit C4, and that is also if he was carrying it. So that's a little bit of vertical gameplay advantage taken off, but nevertheless they still have this because it wasn't really an important operator pick. Let's see if it was an important player pick or not soon. So yes, just as we predicted, BT is going to take up the top control. They're going to go in, make sure that they establish a lot of vertical control and play them, the defenders, vertically. But you look at that, that's a really clever flank coming up from Dots, takes out the Buck, and that's their first and probably their only primary vertical control operator that they just lost. Now they only have Jackal to their advantage, and the Jackal is going to have to work his way with his shotgun, while the Twist drone is making sure he frustrates all the defenders on site. So Twist doing his job, and so is Jackal. We're making his way into it, and this is what I'm expecting from BTE. While they're trying to establish control slowly over multiple angles. And would you look at that? Jackal scans Legion, and he's going to have to fall back and maybe onto side. But I think Legion has done his job. He's done his due duty. We are hitting the 50-second mark now, and it's a 4v4. While Thermite has already made his way into open area and gotten that wall open. And Nostalgia is not just going to care about this, because he trusts his teammates so much on that call. He's going to pulse scan, take those photographs right in front of that Thermite door, Thermite open up wall, I would say. And there you go. Al-Qaeda takes out MI7, and Dots will take out Feeble Cyanide. That's immediate defrag coming in, and Thermite's going to make sure he opens up the right holes, while Nostalgia takes out Al-Qaeda, and that's a 3 versus 2. While Nostalgia really low on HP, even a breach charge from above could take him off, but that is not the case at the moment. We are approaching the 10-second mark. While Legion takes out one, it's a 1 versus 3, where Wingman is really low on HP. He's got the diffuser, but they know where he's coming from, and he's going to try and make his way onto objective, but no, he's not going to do that either. And somehow that wasn't a headshot from the Wild onto that Thatcher. Batrip Esports loses to time, not securing enough, not having enough map control, I would say, because I did not see anybody droning. I did not see any irritation except for that Twitch drone on site, because I think they were confused on what they're trying to establish control over here. While the attackers were pushing top control, the Twitch was droning on the side, and that wasn't really the play, I would say, because if you're going for a roam hunt, you might as well go all in for that roam hunt, because you saw how MI7 picked them off one by one with his Legion Mines to his advantage, and they had not anticipated that, and they lost Buck so early into the round. Impeccable hit registration. That is right, that is totally right. See, whenever I'm casting these matches where we've seen Indian teams go against Bangladeshi teams, I've always seen this happen. Somehow there is not great hit reg coming in from either of the sides. It's not like one side has an advantage. It's mostly happening from both sides. So that being said, nevertheless, it's just Indian subcontinent problems for the R6 community, I'd say. We'll just we'll just shrug it off. We'll just move on to our third round, where we'll see the top floor defense coming out from Dauntless Esports. And I'm not really sure what Batrip Esports has in mind this time, because they are pretty sure they're going to anticipate it, but not this one. MI7 is going to come up for the... Oh no, he's not going to convert any, but Batrip did anticipate that. What a lovely cover of that Heart Breacher behind the tank and not making sure he loses his life so early into the round. Are you watching this, guys? That is how you play, at least in the early seconds of your spawn as an attacker, while you are such an important one for your team. You don't give off your life so easily as an Heart Breacher. You just make sure you play safe. Make sure you don't pick any unnecessary fights like the one MI7 just picked, but that won't matter because he's got his life saved, but not Nostalgia. Nostalgia just took out 2 shields of the Blackbeard, but he got his life lost for that, and Dots is going to take out Meme Mentor as that information gets taken out by... And I'm not really sure how the Legion is down over here. They don't really have an angle on what... Oh, would you look at that? That's their Twitch, if I'm not wrong, trying to get who got of the Legion so early into Teller's Archives area. Well, he's still down, and the Doc is going to get an early pick off of Twitch, and that's just poor drone work. You're not supposed to go in like that to take your kill, Twitch. You got your drone to your advantage, you've got a lot to your advantage. That's just not how it is played. Nevertheless, we'll see a 3 versus 4 so far, because the Jaeger is going to go for a revive onto that Legion downstairs, and we don't really have a cam on that, so let's just focus on what we're seeing. The Doc is holding the hallway. He tries to get that one tap, and Taha, no, he misses. He's just not going to make it happen. Thermite knows that there's a Doc playing over there, and now he knows that he's playing behind the shield and gets his life taken out. Taha will be dispatched, and we're hitting the 1 minute mark while we lose one more attacker, and it's a 2 versus 3. MI7 has been picked off, just picked back up, just as we were speaking about it. There's only one on site, and I think the attackers are not aware of the fact. And what a lovely impact trick coming out from that castle. He is the only one holding this site, and he's making sure that his holding counts. And that is what that matters, boys. That is what a good teammate is supposed to do. And Asset is going to take out one more. That's a Thatcher on full HP, almost on full HP. Left alone to clutch this out on a 30-second mark. 1 versus 3 against Dauntless Esports. BTE, are you going to have this round? Is your Thatcher going to clutch this out? Let's just find out in the next 20 seconds of the round, while the defenders place themselves carefully, making sure that they have crossfires established. Waiting the 15-second mark, Thatcher is going to have to push in. Wingman, come on, you've got this. You can make this happen. Maybe pick off one early defender while you're trying to make your way in. But no, the barricades are just going to be such a huge problem for him, and will get his life taken off by Dots on that castle. What a lovely play coming out from that castle. great play, Dots. And that was just an unfortunate round. F in the chat for Wingman as he couldn't do anything. He had no utility to his advantage. And Battery Esports loses one more round because of their slow push. I would like to say because they are not really economy, or they're not saving that time. That the time economy is really a problem for Battery Esports at this moment. Alright, with that being said, we'll see Al-Qaeda go off from that Twitch onto the Capita instead this time. Maybe they are looking to push something differently because they know that this time a very obvious pick would be Lockers from Dauntless Esports, and that's 3 rounds in a row, and that must be mentally devastating for Battery Esports, morally devastating also as a team's synergy is supposed to go in. But no, let's see how Battery Esports responds to that. Maybe they have a chance to fall back on this one because they could not read it. They could not read what Dauntless Esports is trying to do, and they had a really very standard push onto the Lockers objective. Maybe this time we'll look at a better push from them where they have established more control on top as well, getting those hatches open, getting enough hatches open, quite frankly, because they had the hatch open over there, but that wasn't really very important. I would say that avenue didn't really help on how the defenders were placed. So maybe this time Batrip is going to read into it and get themselves a round victory to them, because Locker's push is very standard. We played it over and over again on rank. We'll play it over and over again on casual. We played it over and over again on scrims. So I think Locker's push is something you should be able to counter, while we'll see a standard lineup come up again from Dauntless Esports. It's a Legion, Maestro, Pulse, Cade and Jaeger. While in the last round we saw Cade getting picked off very early. This round things seem a little different. But as we see, we've got we still have this similar push coming out from them, because see, there's nobody on alley. If I were Dauntless Esports and I had a roamer up top, that roamer would really create a pain in the butt for Battery Esports, because this isn't looking good, and somebody's playing behind A, and I'm not really sure if BT has information on that. While they're using all their utility down to go for the plant, while they're just not ready. Feeble Sign is going to take out MI7, and that's the Maestro down, and they're going to go for a revive in that smoke. Big ball plays, I would say, coming in, and Astrid gets taken down in the meanwhile. And Dots is just going to refrag while he's sitting on that really tricky spot in that place, and Meme Mentor is going to miss him. Nostalgia takes out Feeble Sign, and it's a 2 versus 3. Not looking good for BTE yet again. But yes, he is going to equalize, but it won't matter because Taha is going to go for the refrag. It's a 1 versus 2. Meme Mentor is left with 1 HP and will take out one more with that 1 HP. It's a 1v1. Nostalgia on 100 HP with that C4 to his disposal, with that Pulse Scanner to his disposal. Doesn't look good at all for the Thatcher of Battery Esports. He's going to go on his drone. Nostalgia knows he's on his drone, because not only has he spotted his drone, but he also has his own the Pulse Cannon. And as I speak about it, Nostalgia dispatches Meme Mentor and will take one more round into their advantage. So that's a 4 consecutive round victory for Dauntless Esports, and Battery Esports just doesn't seem like they can cut it. We're looking at a possible rehost because one member of Dauntless Esports has dropped in, but no, would you look at that? The chat's like, they're pretty cool, we might as well proceed with this. So yes, that is what it'll be. That's the team's take, the team's rehost request. So we will not be interfering into that, and we'll be going ahead with an early pick as a Clash coming out from Dots. We'll switch on to Valkyrie, and the Blackbeard will get switched on from Ash. Not really sure if Ash to Blackbeard is a good pick, because Ash has still got the speed. I get it, Blackbeard's got a rifle shield, but I mean, come on, man. We've got the memes rolling in. You guys know about this. That's just a plastic wrap you're seeing on his gun, on that Scarrel of his. Nevertheless, maybe that is what Batrip is leading into. Maybe they don't need a fast operator. Maybe they need a rather subtle operator that makes sure he's holding rotations, and maybe that is why we'll be seeing Blackbeard go into it. And what do you look at that? If I'm not wrong, that's the dock of MI7 getting oh so ready for multiple spawn peaks just in case he doesn't pick them up from one spawn. We are already looking at a 4v4 man 4v5 rather, excuse me, man disadvantage, while MI7 is going to go for that spawn peak, and he will try and get that spawn peak. Will get a little HP off of that Thatcher, but it won't matter for long because he's going to fall back while he's done his job, and that is all that matters because that will scatter the attack team for a little while. Yes, I agree, not for long, but yes, that little while is going to matter in the dying seconds of the round. Alright, I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Yeah, I just said that, paying attention. Yes, I'm gonna go and need a little bit of my Monster Energy drink. Hold on, let me grab it. I'm starting to stutter already. We're 4 rounds in, the 5th round. Let's see how Dauntless Esports are going to get an attack while they stand at 1-man deficit from 0 seconds itself of the round. So it doesn't look like it has mattered much, because even if you consider that BT is having advantage to a man, and what do you look at that? Wingman very cleverly baits out the C4 of the Pulse, but knows that there is one more C4 to their disposal, and that is the Valkyries, and they're going to wait it out. Al-Qaeda is going to take out MI7, and that's the dock down, so no more heals coming out, no more mercy memes, and Nostalgia is going to take out Meme Mentor, while Al-Qaeda refrags onto Dots, and that's a 2 versus 4. Not looking good for Dauntless Esports, not at the moment. No, it is not, because we're still going to the 1 minute mark while the attack is trying to establish top control, making sure they have vertical play. And as I speak about it, the Pulse is going to take out one more, and that is Feeble Cyanide on that Twitch down. It's a 3 versus 2, still looking good for the attackers. Maybe not entirely, but yes, it is looking perfectly well. Let's see if the Pulse makes out any more plays like the clever ones he just pulled out onto the Twitch, if I was not wrong. Legion is going to get spotted by that, and Wingman's going to dispatch Nostalgia. It's a 1 versus 3 while he takes out DB, and that's their Blackbeard down while the plan's going down in the main lobby, and we've still got Zofia up top. So I think this has been communicated to Taha. There's still one attacker above, and oh no, there's not anymore. She's gonna fall back. I don't know why you did that, Zofia. I think you had the advantage on staying above, but nevertheless, Al-Qaeda's, oh no, I thought he's going to take that shot, but no, Taha is just way better than him. He's going to dispatch Al-Qaeda. It's a 1 versus 1. Plan's going to hit the half mark very soon. Really low on health. That Thermite, even a Legion Mine could end him, but no, that won't be the case, because Wingman is showing what it takes to be that hard breacher role on his team, and Battery Esports will get their first round into their account of this lovely match that we're witnessing. It's a 4-1. We've seen Dauntless Esports go 4 rounds in a row, 4 rounds in victory, but not this one, while they still stand at a 1-man deficit. So yes, that was a pretty good take. As we saw, Bad Trip was really more organized, maybe because Dauntless Esports was lacking a player, and that kind of toned down the roamer play. So maybe that is what we saw, but nevertheless, it was a lovely clutch coming out from them, and I guess it was just unfortunate for Taha. I mean, when he got the Zofia down, I thought he would take it. I thought he would make it happen. He would get the second kill also, but he was just too late on that head peeking out from Thermite from the copier machine. No calls were made, I guess, at that point, and that was just an unfortunate round for Dauntless Esports. My BB gun does more damage than UB's BB gun. Throwback to the times where BB was actually a monster, where he was really a daddy, as I would like to call him, maybe, because BB's gun back then, BB's shield rather, was oh so powerful. Oh my god, somebody takes BB. BB was a lion. back then when Dustline came out. So yes, a little nostalgia for all the old R6 players who've been there from that time. But now BB is just a meme. And speaking of memes, you guys might want to check out all the links I've posted in the description. You guys might want to go and follow me on Facebook because we've got some dank memes rolling up in there. And every time I go for a live stream, you'll know that I'm live. So, not really going to say make sure you follow, but yes, if you're liking the content that I'm giving, make sure you do, because there's a lot more coming up in the coming few days. So with that being said, we'll see a 6th round coming up of Bad Trip Esports versus Dauntless Esports. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. If we see Dauntless Esports take 2 consecutive rounds to their advantage, they will proceed on to match point. DE is not going to let this one pass because they've got a man disadvantage. Those peak holes, those maestro camps, they're really well placed, while the dog is also going to have, I'm sorry, not the dog, the maestro is really going to have a lovely place to play in instead of the dog that we saw Taha play earlier. Here comes the throw. And oh no, me mentor, oh my god. He dispasses Taha with such a nasty one tap. Taha, what are you doing, my man? You should have seen him while you guys were just looking at each other in slow motion and deciding, should you take the shot or should I? And Jackal is just going to convert on that one. Dispatches the Maestro so early and will lose the hallway controller. And that is Dauntless Esports I'm talking about. So we'll see a 2v5 rather, and the Jackal is going to pin out the Jaeger, try and go for the wall bang, but that won't matter as I hear Castle screaming for his life. But he won't anymore as he takes out the Jackal. Akada will take out Dots and Feeble will take out MI7. Bad Trip Esports just goes fragging and wins the round. Don't even need to get the plan down, don't even need to establish site control, and that's a 4-2. And there we go, as Dauntless Esports starts falling apart. The request for a rehost, they want to get their 5th man on. And let me just shift back to my screen. Hold up. So that was really lovely so far. We're seeing a 4-2 take from them. Listen to this chill music while I'll just go grab some water for myself. I'm really dehydrated. So yes, boys, keep the chat alive. I'll be back in a little while we get the settings done for the rounds, and we'll look at a 4-2 rehost continuing of Dauntless Esports versus Bad Trip Esports, and also mark that we'll be approaching the half time, so we'll also see a role swap. So let's see how the teams play according to it. Which is on me. Alright, boys, what's up? Hello, chat. So, I was really getting uninteresting, and I wanted you guys to check this video out of some plays that I tried to make in edit from the Ground Zero tournament that we are witnessing right now. So, have a look at this, boys. Let me know how you feel about it.
Alright, time to fuck shit up.
Who's dead? Who's dead? That's Cade. Yeah, I know.
Was he flexing on the drop? Boosted was GG.
He's injured, he's injured. Got him both.
Don't take his kill, don't take his kill.
Let's go, man. Nice ways to complete the match. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, he is.
He's down, he's down.
अरे kill मिलने वाला मेरे को.
Watch yellow, please, somebody.
Gigabyte is rappelling yellow window. Nice.
Done both charges, guys.
Nice one.
Let's go, man. Run out claymore. This is what is this, dude? Here one, huh? Can you go for plant? Legion dead. This is my ace. Chill out. This is my ace. Where is she? Where is she?
Mira.
10 seconds.
Yeah, someone can plant actually.
Ah, there's a Legion, my man. That's a patcher. That's the fuser. Which is on me. Dead Blitz.
When you talk, do you shake
Wow.
your head left and right?
No.
Why? You're Indian, you should do that.
Oh. Okay. So find your street map and I'll shit on it.
He just said he's gonna find your street and shit on it.
We need to locate a bomb.
Oh, fuck.
Because it's India, that's why.
That's right.
I like it, guys.
बड़ी रंडी मर्फी अबे रसमलाई खिलाना भी तेरी गांड से खा ले रसमलाई भोसड़ी के मैं दूर चुप है भोसड़ी के डायरिया खिलाऊंगा तेरे को मैं हगूंगा ना खा लेना उसको पेट भर जाएगा भोसड़ी के चुप चुप दूर ऐसे वो इंटरनेट पे क्या बात करता है हाँ रियल लाइफ में हाँ मारूंगा ना इतना सीधा हो जाएगा डरता हूँ क्या मैं तेरे से हाँ प्रेग्नेंट हो जाएगा समझा अबे धूर मुंह में लौड़ा दूंगा खास के मर जाएगा समझा बूस्टेड शिट कॉपर भी बूस्ट करके हुआ है शायद ज्यादा बात मत कर हाँ रैंक नहीं निकल रहा होगा भैया जी 10 गेम जिता दो ना अबे तुम्हारी के तक जो दूंगा ना डोंट टेक ऑन समवन यू कांट हैंडल ओके
So yes, that was it, guys. That was just a video that I edited for the channel. If you want to, you can go check it out again in the videos link. While we're still having multiple problems with the rehost, which is why I had to keep you guys busy. So yes, I just played something out of my content. Yeah. So yep, that was that, boys. So yes, guys, that was Shaiko being very toxic. But yes, that is also Shaiko with the name of Beelzebub, if I'm not pronouncing it wrong. He's hosting this match. He's making sure we get all those spicy angles, spicy one taps like you just saw. If I'm not wrong, me mentor pull out on Taha. Yes, so we're still waiting in the lobby while one person of Dauntless Esports join in. You guys enjoy the music. I'll just chill out. I'll just relax.
My father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son. But we were flames and fell in love. We burned the cities down. Thought you learned your lesson. You won't be lonely if you fall in love. Over and over again and again. My mother told me when I was young, we so inspired, sorry son. You won't be lonely if you fall
Alright people, we are live and here is your feed. So let's go. Let's get this done. We are on a 4-2 with round 7 and also a lovely roll swap. Really liking the new Pro League settings that they just they're not really new, but yeah, from the 6 round match point to this 8 round match, 7 round match point, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that is way better than the one before. So yes, 4-2 Battery Esports tried to dominate the Dauntless Esports in the last round where they had a man deficit, but let's see if that is really going to matter, if Battery Esports offers a really different type of play style while they try and go on defense. So yes, with that being said, we'll also see a standard lockers defense coming out from Battery Esports. I'm not really sure why nobody's picking any side above for the first defense. Maybe it's just a matter of confidence, I guess. Yeah, I think that is all that matters. That is all should matter when you're trying to play with your team who's already at a 2-round deficit. So with that being said, we'll proceed on to the round 7. 4-2. There's no roster changes, no problem. It was just a rehost. So let us see how Battery Esports tries to make sure they equalize, or maybe try and equalize onto the 3-round mark of their team. Yes, with that being said, we'll see a standard lineup coming up. Rather a similar lineup coming up from Dauntless Esports. It's a Zof, it's a Capitao, it's a Thermite Thatcher, the dynamic duo obviously, and my boy with the smokes, and that's a Jackal. So the only difference we're seeing coming in from here is instead of the Twitch, they're going on the Zof. Maybe Taha is more comfortable with that and not maybe using the F2, but there you go. DB is going to get spotted and he's not going to choose to fall back onto side. Rather, he's just going to spend time and try to shake off the attackers, try to keep them confused, try to keep them engaged. And as I speak about that, Dots is actually going to have a disconnection, and that's yet again one more disconnection coming up from DE. Obviously, I don't see a team requesting for a rehost so far, not right now. And as I speak about it, Ta is going to take out DB, and that's one down. That's the Bandit so early dispatched while we still have hit the 1 minute 50-second mark. So in a way, it's still an equalizer on the man count. It's a 4v4. And there you go, Jackal's utility coming out with his scanner, with his shotgun, and Feeble Sign is going to take out Taha, and he's not going to escape from that kitchen. And no, he's not. Asta is going to take out Feeble Signer, and that will once again even things out. And it's a 3v3. Al Qaeda going for the spree fires. Will Nostalgia will know he's behind that server, and so will the Legion, because he is hit by that Legion man, and Wingman takes out Astrid, and there you go. Things are just starting to work out for Battery Esports as they move on to defense. And as I speak about it, Wingman goes for an unnecessary peek into the pre-fire of MI7. That equalizes things for DE once again, and that's a 2v2. Lovely refrag games coming up from both the teams, and we are hitting the 1 minute mark. Well, slowly we'll proceed on to the attackers to try and go for avenue where they can plant. There you go, the Thermite's going to make sure he gets the top hatch open. Just once they get their plan down, they're going to have to go and watch from that hatch, because that is so far the safest place, and they still think that Legion is behind. They've got no drones to their disposal, nothing being communicated back to them, and they're just going to drop to try and take him off, but there's no one. He realizes that and pushes his way onto that barbed wire onto the A side of the objective. There you go, MI7. I'm sorry, that's a meme mentor. I'm so habituated to see MI7 on that Maestro, and he will take down the Thermite, and no more heart breaching coming out from them. And meme mentor's Nostalgia is going to take out the Maestro cam, but gets himself taken out in the trade, and that's the Legion putting down the attacking team for the last kill, giving his team, Battery Esports, an avenue to fall back, an avenue to equalize on the round score. Now we go proceeding on to the round 8th of this match on bank that we are seeing Batrap Esports fight against Dauntless Esports. We'll see Batrap Esports 1 round away while they still stand at a man advantage right from the start to equalize and break Dauntless Esports morale, break Dauntless Esports spirit to try and rise up from there. So boys, let me know, are you supporting in the chat, boys? Come on. I don't see any BT supporters. I don't see anybody supporting Dauntless Esports. Come on, guys. Can we get some support for these teams in the chat, please? And I'll tell you what, if you don't want to support either of them, support me. I mean, come on. I'm out here streaming. I'm out here streaming these lovely matches with Shaiko. So you might as well show some love. So yes, with that being said, we'll proceed on to the attackers spawning at the alley and trying to take that open area control. They're making sure the drones are in the right positions, and that's lovely drone economy coming out from Dauntless Esports that I did not see Batrap Esports convert on. So yes, in a way, this is looking like a really dominant take, maybe from DE this time. Maybe they are really onto what they are trying to prove, that they can take the round to their advantage even with a one-man deficit. And would you look at that, as I speak about lovely drone work, there was one more pre-placed drone onto those defenders. Taha is just going to make these peak holes while they're making sure they pinch every single defender and nobody escapes from this top floor, while we have the Ash Rappel on that double window. DB is going to play inside the elevator. He's going to be cornered, and he didn't get spotted over there. DB, you should have just hidden, because that is going to cost you your head, DB. And that is the bandit dispatch so early into the round. I'm not really sure if the attackers are aware that there was a Jaeger roaming also, and yes, he will be near that spiral and makes his presence aware to that sledge by missing his shots onto his back rather, and he is still going to play this angle nevertheless, while the sledge is just not going to care about it. And Taha waiting, making sure that this kill gets converted, and no, Nostalgia doesn't look in the right way and gets his head taken off, and that's the Ash getting taken off by this is the fight of titans. Whenever I see Ash go against the Jaeger, it's the battle of titans, because they're such good fragging operators. They've got such good speed to them. They've got such good guns to their disposal. So yes, the Titan of Jaeger is going to win, but not for long. As I speak about it, MI7 is going to take out Feeble Cyanide, and that's a 3 versus 3 equalizing while we hit the 1 minute mark. And Asta is going to take out Wingman. I'm not really sure what Wingman was trying to do. You don't really need to convert on each and every call your team makes. You just need to wait out because you're the defender. Just like Kick said, as a defender, your main objective isn't trying to take on kills. It is more of a trying to waste time. And would you look at that, Meme Mentor? Why would you go for that peak, leaving your teammate and the captain of BTE, if I'm not wrong, Al-Qaeda, in a 1v3 clutch position while we hit the 30-second mark with the pre-fires coming in? They know that he's not on this side while they have the side control, and Taha is going to dispatch Al-Qaeda. Like we said in the starting phase of this round, the way Dauntless Esports was exhibiting their push, we could really see how they are trying to dominate them and not let them equalize. And that will be the point in this case. We are looking at a round 9, 5-3, with Dauntless Esports reigning terror, especially on the last round that we just saw. I was just laughing off my mic. Dots just joined back and he left again. Sad. That is just so sad. Oh my god. Things are just not working out for that poor guy. But nevertheless, it's not going to matter in a whole for Dauntless Esports. And by whole, I meant a whole with the W, not the one you guys were thinking about. Yes, or maybe it's just me. I've got to tone down the meme knowledge I've been getting onto recently. And yes, Tom Ray John, I'll totally agree with you. Ash and Jaeger are the pinnacle of toxicity. Like really, they redefine it back when Jaeger had his ACOG. And you would actually find this amusing. Back when Jaeger had an ACOG, I still didn't use the ACOG on him. I somehow like the holo on the Jaeger's carbine so much. It's just truly very devastating. It's got 0 recoil when you play it on holo. So yeah, that was just my personal take on it. And we'll come back to the match in hand. Dauntless Esports yet again making that push easily, swiftly, but at the same time making sure they convert on that push. And DB is going to have some support to him like he did last time, but this time it's not going to be a Jaeger, it's not going to be a bandit roaming above, rather it's going to be a Legion and a Maestro. So this time rather DB is playing a little bit less aggressive, and that is what he needs to do instead of picking any early fights with the attackers where he could get pinched and die. And would you look at that, that's such a 200 IQ C4, but that just could not connect onto Taha over there. But Wingman is going to lose a lot of his HP, and with no dock in the defense to play this one out, it's not going to matter. Rasta is going to take out DB, and that's their roamer of Legion down. And why is he lying on the hallway, DB? Don't tell me you just picked off unnecessary fight and you lost that one onto the hallway. And as I speak about it, Taha takes out Feeble Cyanide. It's a 3 versus 4 where Dauntless Esports are in a mad advantage despite having a deficit of a player. And as I speak about it, MI7 is going to dispatch one more player of Batrap Esports, and that's the Smoke Down if I'm not wrong. So we're looking at a 2 versus 4 where the Valkop Wingman is really so low on health. Doesn't look good at all for Batrap Esports, while Dauntless Esports is making their way onto a possible match point. We'll see standard push coming up from below the skylight onto that kitchen door, while Al-Qaeda goes for an unnecessary peek yet again and gets punished for it. Asher is going to take out one more Wingman solo on HP, left alone in a similar situation to Al-Qaeda in the last round. He has to clutch it out in a 1 versus 4 rather this time, and will take out one, won't be able to take out the second. Nostalgia is going to dispatch Wingman, and that's a match point progression for Dauntless Esports. Yes, they are not letting this one go, guys. They are so not letting this one go. Dauntless Esports is showing that here they don't want to spend any more time on to making any more mistakes and are going to punish Batrap Esports for every mistake that they do. That being said, we'll see Dots making a comeback. The prodigal son returns. Hopefully he won't leave this time. We are on to match point already, boys, and it's a 6-3. Will we see Dauntless Esports take this one home, or will we see Batrap to try and retaliate? Because they will have to win every single round from now on. They'll have to win 3 rounds in consecutive to come on par and take Dauntless Esports off of their position of match point. With that being said, Bandit's going to get switched off onto Caveira. I'm not really sure if that is the right pick, because Vigil would be a right pick, but they are also running a Vigil. So Batrap Esports really wants to go for that roam play. They really want to make that roam play happen. So this time maybe they won't flush much of them out. Maybe this time they might have a chance at the retaliation, because I was so not expecting a Caveira play come out from Batrap Esports, because their roam play was falling apart so badly. So yes, there we go. Taha is going to go onto the Blitz. We see a really different roster of the operator selection coming out from Dauntless Esports. It's a Blitz, it's a Sledge. It's not the dynamic duo this time. It's a Thermite, Twitch, and the Capitao. So yes, maybe they are looking to end it with a shield operator in play. I think the pushing the defenders is going to be really easy, or rather pushing the roamers is going to be really easy. And Ta is already flexing with his Blitz shield, with his Blitz pistol, making sure he is being the tank for his team, making sure he makes the push in the right place, in the right time. Let us see how the defense, and would you look at that, that's not actually a Caveira and Vigil duo I'm looking at over here, and MI7 is going to dispatch Wingman, and that is their Capitao down and no, that's a refrag coming up. That's a vigil down. I'm sorry over there. So it's a 4 versus 3 already, with BTE looking not so good so far, but you never know what the cap could bring into play, and I don't really know where she's playing right now, quite frankly. I haven't seen her on the screen so far. She's doing her job really well in staying hidden, and so is Shaiko in keeping her hidden. So, and would you look at that as I speak about it? Hulk either goes for an interrogation into a match point round for DE, and it's not looking good. That gets called off. Everybody falls back, making sure there's no C4 places that they stand in, but it won't matter. DB goes for a lovely pre-fire onto Asted and will take out the head of that sledge. It's a 2v3. Yes, DB is low on HP. Yes, so is Hulk. Lost a little HP on the way, but that was a trade I would take any day of my life. That's a 3 versus 2. We're hitting the 1 minute mark. There's still a lot of time left for the attackers to make this push happen, and there is still a lot of time left as well for the defenders to wait it out, to make sure they strategize onto how they're going to counter this attack. That being said, the farmer's doing his job, farming his mines, and that is going to irritate the Blitz and rather kill him also. It's a 1 versus 3 for MI7. Is this going to be a proving point for MI7 on what play is trying to exhibit? And that will be 1 down. It's still 2 to go while Maestro is on site, and we are looking at a potential kitchen flank coming out from the cab. If only she times it right, she can get MI7 off, and that will put the team of Dauntless Esports off of their match point status. We're approaching the 20-second mark. The Hulk, I'm not really sure if he's got the calls made, if he's waiting for a drone to come in, but there you go. He hears him and will dispatch MI7, and that's not going to matter for the Thermite into worrying about the 15-second mark that he was approaching. And there we go. BTE advances 1 round towards the equalizer that they are looking to put into play, and we did see the cab work wonders for them. Alright, what is up, chat? Hello, Ishan, what is up? You moved to Lion? Huh? Am I right or am I right? Huh? What is up, people? What is up? Keep the chat alive. Come on. I mean, it shouldn't really get lonely, but wait, my screen's gone blank. What? Shaiko, what are we looking at over here? Shaiko, my man. Oh, game crashed. Okay. Game crashed, people. And Shaiko is letting us know. I'm just gonna shift. I'm not shit. Oh my god, I need to really need to tone down my stuttering. This is getting really awkward now. I should have had my food before I sat over here. So really hungry at the moment. So I'll maybe go grab some drinks. And by drinks I mean obviously energy drinks, while you guys enjoy a little music in the stream, while Shaiko just turns his game back on, and we can get this stream started yet again.
Heartbeat sensor activated. Reload.
Prepping needles. Setting needles.
Oh, my bad, boys. I did not catch the early seconds out of the round. And I'm really sorry on that. I went to go and grab some energy drink to try and get some power in my voice back. But here we are. And what are we looking at over here? Give me some feed. Give me some feed. We see a 1 versus 3 clutch coming out from the Thatcher of Dauntless Esports. And that, oh my god, Dauntless Esports is not looking good for them. Guys, what are we looking at? Okay, we see Halkada getting dispatched. We're looking at a 1 versus 2 with a 30-second mark, and that's one more. What a lovely one tap that was from Nostalgia. Will dispatch DD and leaving himself, or rather bringing himself into the position of a 1v1 with Wingman on full HP. He's just going to decide to hide and wait this one out. We're approaching the 5-second marker. Mark's coming out. He's getting tagged, and that won't matter, I guess. But he looks off in the wrong time, or rather the right time, and will put in one more round into the favor of Patrick Esports. And that was something I was not looking at. With the confidence everybody typed GG into the chat, I thought it was Dauntless Esports making sure that they don't let Battery Esports take one more round to their favor. And with that being said, we are one round away from the victory of Dauntless Esports, as well as we are one round away from Battery Esports equalizing. Alright boys, I am back after munching onto some duplicate biryani, as I like to call it. I think that is what fried rice is called, huh? Looking at a really powerful play coming out from Dauntless Esports rather already, and that's Nostalgia dispatching the Bandit. That was Wingman on Bandit so early into the round. And with that being said, Meme Mentor takes the head off of Astrid, and that's the sledge down. So no more vertical plays coming in. It's a 4 versus 4 at the moment. We are one round away from a match point, and we are one round away from an overtime. What is going to happen, guys? Can we get some predictions in the chat, please? Because what do you think is going on? Give me something to feed on as I speak about it. Ishan, thank you, man. Thank you for watching out for Foxy. Yes, I do need a sponsored food break. And whoa! Kavera goes for one more interrogation onto Dots, and that's a 3 versus 3. But not looking good for the attackers. Are you kidding me, Dauntless Esports? You are getting interrogated every round they've picked Kavera. Yes, I do agree that was only 2 rounds, but you're getting interrogated. That is still pretty... I'm not really sure what the word I'm looking for here is, but that is pretty careless of you, I'd say, with such an coordinated attack. As I know your team, I don't think interrogation like that should happen. Yes, I can agree if she takes out a few kills, but no. That was just not supposed to happen onto that Dokkaebi. कुछ तो बोलो भैया जी was just munching on a little bit to make sure I have that energy in my voice. I hope you guys are able to feel it now, boys. Alright, as I speak about it, it's 3 versus 2. He gets spotted and that Legion will fall back and maybe get picked up by that Twitch if he gets over too aggressive onto that hallway. Nostalgia is just waiting and waiting while they have 2 people off of sight, if I'm not wrong. And no DB, that's just not the play, or rather that is not. Would you look at that? Twitch is already in sight, boys. She's not got the diffuser. Yes, I do agree, but she's got the side control. And it is not like the defenders are holding off a diffuser onto somebody's dead body. And why is there a buffering on my stream? And it is offline for some reason. Alright, great. So yes, boys, that just happened. I'll let you boys know what happened to the stream. The match is done for some reason. And yeah, Shaiko. Alright, Shaiko just texted me, OBS crashed, guys. I'm sorry for making this happen. There's always these unexpected problems that keep happening. So sorry boys on that, I guess. But yeah, that was it, guys. Let me just check out on who won. Yeah, if match is over, that means pretty much Dauntless Esports won. So yes, that was it, guys. Dauntless Esports take this one home, and the win against Bad Trip Esports, proceeding into their brackets of Ground Zero tournament. Once again, thank you everybody for joining the stream. Thanks a lot, boys. Really felt good. And yes, stream is going to end. I don't know why I put a starting timer. Nevertheless, I guess I'll see you boys later. See you boys soon. Hopefully with another stream, with another host, with another cast. So once again, kudos to Shaiko for making this happen. Thank you boys for hanging around. And yes, that'll be it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my meme videos coming up on Rainbow Six Siege. And you can join my group, you can join my socials. Every link is posted in the description. See you boys. Bye-bye. Lovely stream. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully I get to cast more of this. Bye-bye, guys.